Today we'll talk about how to identify a real problem and stop fixing symptoms. Most leaders believe that speed is the key to solving problems. But in reality, speed without clarity just makes failure happen faster. And this is why so many change initiatives collapse. They too often bet on speed. Here's what typically happens: something not working, performance drops, tensions increase. Leaders react immediately. They organize more meetings, they demand more actions, they push more pressure across the organization. But nothing really improves or moves faster. In fact, it often gets worse. Why? Because what they're fixing is usually not the core problem. Let me give you a real example. A team was set to improve organizational performance. From the outside, everything looked fine. Results were acceptable, no major conflicts. But underneath, low ownership, silent resistance, and minimal accountability. What did the leadership do? They introduced new KPIs, new meetings, new tracking system, and yet nothing changed. Why? Because the real problem was never visible and therefore never addressed. If you're interested in practical insights like this, subscribe to the channel. Every week we break down how change actually works in organizations. And throughout this series, you'll see one system behind everything we discuss. It's called the Delta Change Cube, a simple and effective structure to turn plans into clear decisions, decisions into immediate actions, and actions into tangible results. Let's return to story before. To solve this solving real problem dilemma, you need to stop fixing symptoms and start identifying root causes. This is where root cause thinking comes in. A simple method you can use immediately is called the 5 whys. And here is how it works. Take one problem and ask why. Then take that answer and ask why again. Do it 5 times. Not once, not twice. 5 times. Here's a common mistake. Most leaders stop at the level 1 or 2 and call it root cause, which is usually not it. It's just better description of the symptoms. When you do this correctly, you start seeing fewer but more precise actions, clearer decisions, less wasted effort. Instead of reacting, you start solving. Instead of activity, you get impact. Here's what you can do today. Take one problem your team is currently trying to fix. Write it down. Then ask why. 5 times. Don't stop early, because the real problem is usually uncomfortable. If you're dealing with a situation where nothing seems to improve, schedule a call or send me a message. We'll identify what's really going on and where your change is actually stuck. Change does not fail because leaders don't act. It often fails because they act on the wrong problem. And once you see the real problem, everything changes.